What's up guys, welcome back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video. Fortune Lady's got more support revealed yesterday. I mean, Konami is revealing tons of cards past days and upcoming days, so definitely expect more videos about the new support. First one here, the two new Fortune Lady cards, or two new support cards for Fortune Ladies. It has been like years last that I, actually played this deck briefly, like years ago, but now with, they got new support, but it's not like, wow, this is going to make the deck like superb or fantastic, but it's quite decent. The new one, the continuous spell, it's like a tanky for the archetype. That's its most important effect, searching out your key, right? Your key card being the light. The level 1, as you know, with the field spell, that one equals up your, your biggest place, your biggest potential place. Yeah, a lot of generic support cards like the hand traps, of course, impermanence as well, extravaganza, to get those extra draws. The Phantasma hand trap, of course, giving you the extra beat stick, and you need it. I mean, it's a mulligan effect of replenishing your hand, definitely can come in handy of, there are a couple of Fortune Lady cards that aren't really that fantastic in your opening hand. And speaking of, like, it's only at one here in the main deck. I've tried it out at multiples, the new Fortune, or of the fairy one, you know which one I mean, the level 1, I believe, that as soon as you draw it, let's say during your regular draw phase, or off of the Pot of Greed effects, off of your blue for example, or Pot of Extravaganza, you can reveal it and then special summon it to your side of the field. Its best interaction is with the Fortune Lady Light. You know, when that level 1 is special summoned, you can banish, or indeed banish a Fortune Lady on your side of the field, or a monster on your side of the field, to special summon a level 1 monster from your decks. Mystic Piper or something like that. That seems a bit too gimmicky, but I mean, the most important interaction is banishing your Fortune Lady Light, your level 1 on the field, to again get that Lone Fire Blossom effect. That's the most crucial thing about that card, but it's very similar to Gem Knight Garnet, as in you don't really want to, you don't want to open with it. That's the most important thing. Like, worst case scenario, if you draw into it, you can just special summon it to the field. It becomes an extra monster to go for a potential link summon, I guess. That's definitely an option. Here I think I maybe, or at least I could have had a duel, not really sure, you know, with Brawl's Sword, I believe. I'm not really sure about this. Did I already have the option to special summon the fairy right? But in the long run, that's not going to matter too much. Extravaganza for the extra draws. The tanky here, Fortune Visions, I believe the name is. And yeah, Monster Reborn, definitely very solid. Reborning Dark. Dark is basically your boss monster to go to. Necros, this was definitely, I think, the best one I've had with this particular deck. The archetype also has a built-in Destiny Draw-alike card. Well, you have to target one of your banished Fortune Ladies to send them back to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. That's good. It sets up your blue again. I mean, blue on the field isn't really that useful. You want to have it in your graveyard, for example, right? Later to be reborn off of your Fortune Lady Dark. Dark special summons something from the graveyard. You know, it has been like years actually reading the Fortune Lady card. So normal summoning the one, you know, the light, special summoning Lady, the fire one, you know, basically the Ring of Destruction when it's special summoned in attack position, so burning my opponent for 2/7, attacking for 400, but, it's kind of like a weak beat stick now, being super deadly, or being wide open here on the field. Luckily, he's coming like a couple of 100 life points short to eventually go for a game. Luckily, since Extravaganza very nicely lures out the in-hand Ash Blossom, that's good. Well, I guess it's fine, right? Normal summoning the light, get the special summon Lone Fire Blossom effect, going for blue. Blue getting the extra draws, rip the monster reborn, another blue since it's not once per turn. Draw into the fairy, and, you know, Fortune Fairy get rid of something on my side of the field, and then, eventually get the Dark on the field. Brawl's Sword, first getting rid of Unicorn, put something in defense position, so Dark can reborn something, and now I can finally go for a game. So, one of those reasons why cards like Forbidden Lands, maybe, or maybe Enemy Controller might be good of, getting your Dark ready, right? Put your opponent's monster in defense position, and then your Dark can attack over it, reborn something, and best case scenario, you can reborn a blue to get some extra draws, I guess. Against Salamangreat, and as you know, like, this deck is not really the most budget-alike decks. You know, Phantasme, Extravaganza, Impermanence. Well, it's online, right? Online format. Why not? But Phantasme is, I think it's definitely needed, getting the extra mulligan effect, for example. But yeah, it's basically an extra plus beat stick on the field, since this deck definitely has a lot of weaknesses still. If you're not going first, and if your opponent is able to establish a big board, then Fortune Ladies are behind. It's a very slow deck, and having the field spell on the field is okay. I mean, if your opponent also normal summons a monster, that monster gets banished as well until the next standby phase, right? But that's a problem. There are multiple decks that don't really rely that much on their normal summon. Let's say I'm looking at Thunder Dragons, for example. Doesn't really matter, right? They can special summon multiple times, get the Thunder Dragon Colossus or whatever on their side of the field. So yeah, the future visions, their field spell is quite useless against those decks, and you're kind of banking on that field spell of slowing down your opponent. So running those extra floodgates might be good as well, since you're running, well, basically your whole deck are spellcasters, for example. So, well, goes a match, nope, but rivalry might be something, but, well, with Phantasme, then again, yeah, summon limit is also like a floodgate that might be useful. Anyway, getting dark on the field, it's getting banished, and yeah, his plays eventually decided to scoop it up. I'm not really sure, I think he could have gone for a game earlier, but yeah, whatever, right, to each their own. Another example against ABCs, going first this time, having those, yep, indeed, 2 hand traps, having the dark ready, and yeah, ABCs is one of those decks where the normal summon is quite crucial to trigger the field spell, well, depending if they have the gadget right. You know what I mean. Twin Twister is one of this deck's biggest, well, like, hard counters, getting rid of the field spell first of all. And as you know, like, Fortune Ladies, pretty much nobody knows how the deck works, and that's something that can definitely work in your favor. I'm looking at Prankets, for example. Back in a couple of months ago, people didn't really know how to play against it. Same for Fortune Ladies, but same for the field spell. As you know, if a monster is banished off of the field spell, and let's say your opponent destroys the field spell, then that particular monster or monsters, they won't be special summoned back again to the field, because, well, the field spell is destroyed. So that's again something to keep in mind. You can maybe destroy your own field spell to prevent your opponent's monster from getting back, or, you know, prevent them from being returned to the field. That's what I wanted to say. So going for some nice damage, drop my opponent to about 2k, right? Future Visions, I'm going to Ghost Ogre it. I'm not really sure which cards were banished from my opponent. I believe only one of the gadgets, and Torrential Tribute, nope. The Fortune Lady Light is going to trigger Special Summoning Dark, and here I should be able to go for a game. Extravaganza, giving me the extra draws, getting the Monster Reborn effect, and yep, indeed, reborning something from my, yeah, it doesn't really matter, right? Last example, I get to start here. The Pot of Extravaganza gets Ash Blossomed. Indeed, that's okay. Normal Summon the Light and Special Summoning Dark. This is a decent setup, getting an extra draw into the hand trap. Okay, that's all good. Having the tanky face up on the field also gives some extra protection, like if during your opponent's turn, when your opponent's monster is banished, the next time you would be getting damaged, that damage will be kinda negated, so no damage, let's say, for the next attack during that same turn. And if a monster is banished on your own turn, then that tanky for your Fortune Ladies will make all of your face-up monsters, as in Fortune Lady monsters, prevent them from being destroyed. So that's quite good, I guess. It's not something fantastic, but it definitely can help out. Sadly, no 4 draws due to impermanence, so I'm going to Suicide. So Lady, well, Dark can, you know, Reborn Blue, getting the extra draws, draw into double Ash Blossom. That's not that fantastic, but yeah, whatever, right? Okay, so the top deck here of his, yeah, the Salamangreat Reinforcement of the army, that's a problem. That's definitely one of the best cards he could have top decked, and yeah, Torrential, back in that, during those replays I was playing or testing out Torrential Tribute with, you know, the back of my head with the Fortune Lady Light. When it's like Torrential Tribute or destroyed off of Torrential Tribute, you can potentially get the effect, but it's not that great. Torrential Tribute against something like Salmon Grades, they'll just banish failings, and well, there you go. You just destroyed all of your own monsters and your opponent's monsters will survive. So this is a losing battle. Okay, Torrential Tribute, he's not going to summon something, right? Future Visions returns to the field, not summons to the field, so he can just attack for a game. So maybe we can expect more Fortune Lady support. They're definitely good, decent support. I wouldn't, well, run more of the fairy one, but, you know, the tanky is definitely a triple staple of. Okay, guys, again, like always, feel free to leave feedback. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.